Well, welcome back, landlords. So, sometimes things seem pretty obvious, and mysteriously, they're not. And so, today we're going to talk about inspections. Now, it's amazing to me how often clients are absolutely shocked when I tell them, your lease allows you to inspect the property even without giving your clients or your tenants notice. We're like, no, that's not true. I know I gotta give them 24 hours notice, and I gotta coordinate with their schedule, and I gotta ask them to come in because I don't have a key, and I just don't understand these situations. Um, Landlords need to read their leases, and you need to know, number one, they don't get control of sole control of the key, and that means that they can't change the locks, right? A good lease is going to have that included in one of the provisions, specifically access for the landlord. And so, if you've got a key, you can go and inspect your property, and I recommend that you do it at least once, possibly twice a year, for a couple of reasons. So, the main reason to inspect is to make sure that your rental unit is in good condition. If there are issues that left unattended get increasingly more expensive to fix, you're better off knowing sooner rather than later. The classic is the leaky roof. And so the tenant probably in the lease has an obligation to notify you of needed repairs, but maybe it doesn't bother them that every once in a while there's a little leak. They put a bucket and they're cool with it. Well, the problem with not notifying you is that a small leak will inevitably turn into a big leak, or a tiny blemish on the ceiling eventually becomes a hole, right? And so if the matter is dealt with in a more timely fashion, it'll save you a significant amount of money. And so knowing these things ahead of time is best. But the second reason that it's important to inspect is you want to make sure that the people who are on the lease and were disclosed in the application are the ones who are actually living in the home. I've had numerous cases where landlords tell me, I don't know who's there, or two people's names are on this lease, but there are 10 people living there. You need to be able to get in there and gather evidence to that effect. Does your lease allow you to enter the premises at reasonable times, even without notice? You might be shocked that it does. And if you don't read your lease, go read your lease. Additionally, if there are requirements for you in your written lease to contact the tenant, I mean, definitely do so. But my recommendation is, because the property code doesn't require it, that you modify your lease to grant you access to your own property at a reasonable time, at least once or twice a year, and then be upfront with the tenant and say, hey, I inspect about once or twice a year. And you can be courteous and you can give them notice. But if they say, well, I'm not going to be around and I'd really like to be around for that, you can say, well, the lease doesn't require it, and if you'd prefer to be around, you and I can coordinate, but essentially I'm coming on such and such date, whether you're there or not. And so don't let your tenant bully you. Don't let your tenant make the rules. Your lease should establish those rules. And inspections are absolutely crucial in order to protect this valuable investment. All right. Happy leasing. So send me your questions. If you've got questions about landlord-tenant law and there's something you're a little shaky on, or something you just need a little clarification, post something in our Facebook group. Shoot me an email at ernie.garcia@attorneyeg.com. It's right there. or post something in our Facebook group. If you're not a member yet, join our Facebook group. We look forward to you. If you look on Facebook, we are Texas Landlords. Finally, if you want to call, that's our number. Feel free to call us, and we'll be happy to help in any way that we can. And so keep your questions coming. I'm happy to answer as many questions as I can. Bye.